Hello ladies and gentlemen, how you doing on this fine Sunday afternoon? The first story I want to bring to you today is obviously John Kerry accusing the Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin of war crimes after supposedly yesterday strategically striking a hospital in Syria. It's funny how the Americans cast the aspersion of war crimes when, wasn't it not too long ago, the Americans were accused of killing 62 Syrian soldiers during a ceasefire, for fuck's sake, and there was all that problems with the convoy of humanitarian aid that was being delivered by the Russians, that happened to get into Syria and get blown the fuck. It's funny that. Now I could think of a few more things that the Americans have failed to mention. Maybe the shit that happened in Benghazi or Libya, or what actually happened in Afghanistan, or how you overthrow Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein because they were about to change how they, sell their oil. They didn't want to sell their oil for American dollars, and the Americans couldn't lose out on the extra amount of billions of dollars that oil industry brings in for them. War crimes is a very large term to throw around. The Americans kind of calling kettle black here a little bit. They fail to look at themselves when they start causing and casting their own opinions about other countries and how people conduct themselves. Yes, fair enough, not everybody in the world conducts themselves to the imperialistic views of the Americans. But at the end of the day, nobody is blameless in these problems. For years, for months, for weeks, the Americans and their allies have been poking the bear with a stick. And the bear's just laid there. The bear, Vladimir Putin's even gone on news and turned around and told Western media sources that, do you actually believe that it's him that's doing all this damage? Start having a look at your own country, your own, way that they conduct themselves, how they collect information on their own citizens, how they can now kill their own citizens, how Barack Obama's used more drones and killed more people, with, that technology than anybody else. Yet everybody wants to cast around, war crimes. It's funny that you only see Vladimir Putin and Barack Obama at each other's throats. Do you not think that they have so much in common, so much power as the two major powerhouses, or one of the two powerhouses, in this world, America and Russia? The power and the respect, the admiration, the technical advances that the two countries could have done separately and could do together. Yet they want to fight like cats and dogs. Well, that's my point on the whole war crime thing. At the end of the day, if the Americans want to start throwing around the aspersion of war crimes, they really do need to start having a look at themselves. I don't believe this will be the only story for today. So if it's not, there'll be another one with it. If there is. If I haven't got any other bits and pieces that I want to piss and moan about, it'll literally just be this one. So as usual, guys, peace and love. And watch this space. It might be because I don't think like everybody else. But I think that the idea, people go through life trying to figure out what the meaning of life is. And obviously there is no set one answer. Do you know what I'm saying? There can only be different interpretations of obviously it. See, my pursuit of happiness, my question of what I'm here for, why I'm here, why all of a sudden did my cells form all together and make the person that I am today, with the influences, the emotions and the outcomes that have happened up till now that have made me the person I am today. I wouldn't say a well-rounded individual, because I still don't think that having the few having power over the many is a good idea. You can only forge your own destinies, your own desires to make out what you want them to be. I want to spread peace and love. I want mankind to work together for the betterment of everybody. Fuck the few, give to the many. Now, do you know how much resources are still on this planet? Food, water, minerals, gold, silver, platinum, for God's sake. Do you know what I'm saying? All this stuff has a worth to us. But it's worthless at the end of the day. You can't eat it. You can't eat gold. You can't eat silver. You can't eat paper money. So at the end of the day, once you've chopped all these beautiful trees down, once you've killed all the the wild animals, the bees, the flies, the butterflies, the tigers, the lions, the rhinos, the hippos, the monkeys, the dolphins, the whales. No, will you be satisfied then? Will humanity finally be at the point where it could be at one with itself? No. Because as a destructive race, human beings will never be happy. You have to find your own happiness. You have to carve your own happiness. You have to make your own happiness. But your happiness should not involve destroying anybody else's life, anybody else's home, anyone else's livelihood. You know, I have a problem with the establishment of the right hand of the government, the police. But I don't hate the police. I don't hate the people. I hate the uniform. I hate what it represents. The tyranny, the slavery, the control that these people believe that they have over the top of us by putting on a shiny uniform. It's bullshit. You know, life is meant to be free. It's meant to be fun. It's supposed to be wild. It's meant to be spontaneous. You're meant to be able to not know what's around the corner. That's what's meant to make life so beautiful. Without all the restrictions. Could you live in a world without restrictions? Could you live in a world where you are, you know, the captain of your own ship, a master of your own destiny? Could you take a leaf out of my book and be and say and do exactly what you want to do and fuck the ramifications? Because that's what I do. People criticise the fact that I make these videos and I share my opinions and I voice how I feel and everything else. But that doesn't mean because you don't, that makes me any better than you. Or you any better than me because I do express my opinions and my views. No, we are all the same. We are all the same under one sun. A beautiful sun that we live on. You know, sometimes I think of myself as the man from Krypton, you know, Superman. Not for the fact that I've got any special powers, but I feel isolated, alone on my own planet. Surrounded by my own species, but yet I hardly have anything in common with them. Apart from I want to save the world. I want to spread love, light and peace. And bring everybody back together under one race, under one umbrella. Under the banner of the human race. And enjoy my life as well as they enjoy their lives. So as usual guys, peace and love.